Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back in this series of finding your way around Stanton in Star Citizen. In this video, we're going to be talking about Orison in the Crusader network. Now, again, I'm going to assume you have a basic understanding of the game itself, so we're just going to focus on orientation for this 30-minute video. So we're going to leave the apartment. Whenever you wake up, you will be in the apartments. These apartments are green circle, and you'll see a corridor. Slightly different to some of the other planets. In this instance, there's just one way to go, and that is right here. We'll get the elevator and take it down. Just before we do that, I'll show you out on the balcony. This is a gas giant, and these are floating platforms within the Crusader system. So, lots and lots of different platforms with a lot more being added, and you'll get used to these as you look around. But for now, let's take you down and show you. There are three main platforms right now that we're focused on. First is where we spawn with our accommodation or from the medical facility. It's also where the shopping complex is. There's also an industrial platform and the spaceport. Okay, so from here inside Green Circle, you can take some stairs up. It will take you up to an area. There's some weird floating heads there. Just ignore those. And you can kind of see there's like a spa area and a gym and some other things up here which you can go and check out. And then as you come down, there is a Elroy's here, which you can get some food and some ice cream.
Hi. Welcome
Now,
to the store.
from coming outside, I'm going to bring you out this way first. Okay, so from coming outside and turning around, you'll see this is a huge, huge building. So you'll always know where the green circle is. From here, if we look to the left-hand side, we can see Stratus. That is the shopping complex. We'll go there shortly. And the right side takes you round to where the trains are. I call them trains. They're kind of spaceships in this, but the transport network. Straight ahead of us, you'll see a building. This building is New Deal. This is the showroom. But just before we get on the right-hand side, you'll see this is the transport that takes you to the August Dunlow Spaceport. And we're not going to go there just yet. We're just going to keep going. On the left side is the other station. And this station will take you to the Providence platform, which is more like the industrial area. But for now, I'm just going to take you across to show you the showroom. And then we'll cross over and we'll head over to, you can see the medical facility. You can see the medical facility, which is just there. And then you can see the shopping complex. And there's a bridge that takes you across. So, okay, let's head up into New Deal. Very, very nice showroom, this one. You will take the elevators up. They're on both sides. There's only one floor, which is going to be the showroom. You actually have to go down to the showroom, not up, which is a bit weird because the building looks very tall. Okay, and here we are. So this is the Crusader Industries showroom. We can come through here. Don't know what he's doing. And you kind of get an idea of the showroom as you can look around, see all of the ships. But if you don't want to do that, just spin around to the right to the sounds and information. And here is your New Deal panel that you can use to buy your ships. Okay, so heading back out. Now what we're going to do is go back to where we started. We're going to cross over the bridge. And that is going to take us to the medical center, which I'll quickly show you around, and then into the shopping complex. Okay. So again, we can see that really tall building, which is the accommodation. That is the green circle. We're going to come back across this bridge. You can also see the transport network here. I say a train, it's not. It's kind of like a spaceship. Now, we're not going to take that just yet. If you do come in from the spaceport, this is where you will come to. So you will come to here. This is one of the things you'll want to do is come across this bridge. Okay, and then there are three ways to go from here. Straight ahead of you, and I'll just show you this now, is the TDD. That is the trade division there. To the left is the entrance to the shopping mall, and to the right is the entrance to the medical facilities. I'll just take you in here quickly to show you. So if you die, and this is your spawn point, this is where you will come. And on the left-hand side, you have a pharmacy where you can buy things that you need. You have your insurance if you want to come to the terminal and reset your spawn point. You have a medical bed, which is around the back here, which you can lay down and heal yourself. It's actually not a bad idea, because if you do sit down... Oh, no, you can't actually use this. I thought you could. So you can ignore that. These are the elevators that will take you up to all of the medical facilities. We're not going to take them, but there's all the different floors. And that's everything you need to know about being in here. Also, if you want to do patient check-in, that is here. So as you first come in, you can do this. And it'll tell you which room you need to go to and what floor that is on. So you can then go ahead, take the elevators to where you need to go. Alright, so heading out of the medical facility. We're going to head across now to the TDD. It's quite an easy one to get to. So if you were to come off of the transport, you would come over the bridge like we just did, and it is straight in front of you. Just be careful of the flowers. Through this door. Through this door. Okay. I don't think they want to let me in. I understand. There we go. Okay, so through this door, here you will see your terminals where you can trade your commodities. And that's all you can really do in here. You can look around, but that's all you need to worry about. There's more along the side, all the same. We're going to come out now. Head to the right. And this is Stratus. Now, just before we go in here to remind you, this is the green circle, the accommodation we came out of. We went across there to New Deal. We crossed over the bridge into the medical center, the TDD, and then here we have Stratus. And this is very simple, this one. It is on 3 floors. On the ground floor, you've got some clothing here where you can buy armor, guns, everything you need here. Just to quickly show you, so if you went here, you could buy some armor. There's only very basic availability here, even with weapons. These are limited, so there's not really too much available here. And on miscellaneous, you can buy drinks here. So if you find yourself wanting drinks, this is where you will come to buy them. You can buy food here as well. It's quite good if you want to stock up. Let's say that you wanted to buy a considerable amount of these. You can click on them. You can click on buy, and you can choose how many you want to buy. And it's just better than buying one at a time, so you can keep them on you, put them in your ship. It's just a good idea to be able to do this. So highly recommend doing that if you get the chance to. Alright, so coming around to the other side now. This is a clothing store. If you want the terminal, just come inside and it's right here. So you can use that. And then we have the stairs that go up. So that's it for the ground floor. The stairs that take you up, here is a burger place. You've got whammies. You've got the FTL, which if you need the pick up and drop off is here. On the opposite side, there's a security desk. And then this doesn't do anything. There's nothing you can do here at the moment. The last thing to show you in here is if we come downstairs, you can take this elevator in the middle here. And this takes you up to the bar area. So we can go up to the Voyager bar. Now this will skip that upper section, and it will take you straight up to the bar. Pretty cool to come and explore. Also gives you the ability to look around. Come out here, you can look around at the platform, see what's going on. Just take a seat, come chill, enjoy yourself, look around. And that is everything you need to know about where we are spawning and starting on this place. So, Let's now head down to the transport. And now we're going to head over to the industrial area. So we'll come back out of the main entrance. Remembering that the TDD is to your left, as is the medical facility. We're going to come back over the bridge. Just be careful of the flowers. And now we have two options with our transport network. If we wanted to go directly to the spaceport, we would take the right-hand transport, which is just over there. That would take us directly there. That would take us to the spaceport. Or we can take this one here. We have about 20 seconds. And this one will take us to what is called Providence. Just to show you on the map here quickly, you can see you will go from the spaceport to the Cloudview Center, which is where we are right now, to the Providence Industrial Platform. So, let's take this. I would recommend waiting until the barrier comes down. It can sometimes glitch out and you could die. It's happened to me before. So just wait for the barrier to come down, step inside, and just don't mess around about the door too much. Sometimes if you're standing too close to the barrier and the transport takes off, it can bug out and kill you. So just don't stand. I don't stand on that little glass area there. I tend to stand back from it. Alright, so now you can see we're leaving this area. And we're going to go around, and there's a loop that will take us around. So you'll notice one thing as you come in, and we'll talk about this later, is the spaceport. It's kind of like a little spider's web. There's a lot of other buildings as well. We're just coming to this one here, which is this big platform. And when we get up into space and we're looking down, you'll start to understand, it will start to make sense, all of these different places. So,
approaching next station. If this is your stop, please prepare to disembark.
Okay. So nice and quick. Again, we're going to wait for the barrier to go down.
The shuttle is preparing to depart.
Okay, so now we're here. We can come across. There's two ways we can go at this point. We can go to the Crusader Discovery Center. We can come up to the left here. We can also go round to the right here. So we're going to start on the left-hand side here, and we'll just bring you up here. So if you were to come up here, you can walk around. There is quite a lot in terms of getting lost around here. So you do need to be careful. It is a huge, huge space. But you do get the ability to run around. And this brings you to kind of like a cargo area, and you can just run around the whole of the outside here. So it kind of gives you this ability to run around, come down if you need to. I'm not going to do that right now. I don't want to confuse you, and I don't want you to get lost. But it is quite an overwhelming place as you're running around. But it will bring you to this place, which is the Covalax shipping. And we'll come back here in a moment, because I just want to take you back to where we started. Okay, so this is the shuttle system that will take you to the spaceport. And we're back where we started, and that was the left side. This is the middle section, and then the right side. Now, I'll come back to this in a moment. I'm going to take you to the right side now. Right, this one says authorized personnel only. And if you do come through here, you're going to get these barriers. Okay, so you can't get through. There's a door here as well. If you want to open this, you can. It will bring you into the store here. Let's come back outside. Now we're going to come into the Discovery Center. So as we look around, we can see we go in this way to this Discovery Center. There's some stuff we can buy here, food, drinks, and things like that. Okay, as we come through here, there is a door. I'm pretty sure this door does work. Might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it does. Maybe not. I thought it did. Okay. Well, as that door doesn't work, you have to go around the other way. I thought that door worked. But if you go back around here into this door, which is the other room, here we have another shop. So you can look around. There's lots of places to see. There is terminals in here, so you can shop. And this is where you're going to be able to buy your clothing. You'll be able to get some more armor. There's a better selection of armor here if you want it. Also backpacks, things like that you might want to get. As well as some miscellaneous items, med pens. You can get a container in here, but this is not going to be a large container. So just be aware of that, but you can buy a container. Also, you can get your personal weapons. And one of the things I do recommend you have is a multi-tool. You should always have a multi-tool on you. If you do that, make sure you've got the tractor beam. It's always something that you should have. Okay, also some more drinks here. You can look around, but that's the other shop. Okay, so having come from this shop, we're going to come back around. Again, nothing really to do in there. And I'm going to bring you back up this way. This time we're going to go this way. So last time we went down there. This time we're going to come up here and into this area. Now on the right hand side here, this is going to be your commodity shop. So not the TDD, but the commodity shop which you have here. Also there's drop-offs and pick-ups here as well. Okay, and then we can look at the other side. Not really much there, but you can see it. And then we can come back down to this area. Okay, so this all kind of runs around. It can be quite confusing, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. But if we run to the left, this is Kovalex. Now, where we was earlier, we come in the other way. So I brought you around this way, and we come to here, and I said I'll bring you back here later. So 2 ways that you can get to this place. Inside here, you'll have your pick-up drop-off and also your terminals. This is where you'll be able to come and purchase, if you want to, some more clothing, some more armor options, and also you can get some more items here as well. As well as weapons, if you needed some more pyro. It's exactly the same as the other building, but some things that you can get there as well. Okay, so with that being said, we can keep running down here. This is the cargo bay area. Kind of shows you the scale of what there is here. And from here, we can come downstairs. Now, there's multiple ways you can get down here. We're just going to run down this way. We're going to run all the way back through. Just to show you the kind of scale of this and the industrial side of this. So this allows you to come back up this side. And you'll see that is where we actually started over there. So lots of ways to get lost in here. And you need to be aware of this as you're navigating. It's all designed to make you feel overwhelmed. It's all designed to make you feel like it's a vast, massive space. And it all looks quite similar. Okay, so if you do run down there, run around, run back on yourself, it's nothing to do, but it just shows you a lot of the area. Now, what I want to show you here is once you've been to Kovalex here, if you turn around, you'll see there are some stairs that take you down. This is where we just came up.
After the JL Dex incident, we are asking that everyone continue to double check.
Underneath is Cousin Crow's. So Cousin Crow's is directly underneath Kovalex. Inside here, you're going to be able to buy things for your ship. So this is where you'll come, down these stairs. Into the customer service. You can look around if you want to. You can take a look around, see what's going on. It's pretty cool, but it's all one place. You just need to come into here, and you're going to go up to the terminals. And this is where you'll be able to purchase things for your ship. So systems, vehicle weapons, there's also paints. Now we talked about this before. If you're going to buy paints, please make sure you're checking what paints you are buying and what ships they are for. Don't buy the paint for the wrong ship. Alright, that's everything you need to know in here. We're going to go back upstairs. We're going to come outside. We're going to go upstairs again. Again, multiple ways that you can do this. And this brings us back to where we started. So, you can see that there are a lot of ways that you can get around here. We could come straight through here, round to the left. And that will take us round to where we need to go. This is basically where we started, and I told you there were 3 ways that we could go. To the left, straight ahead, and to the right. So you kind of get the idea of everything that is available here. Now, I'm not going to go down there. There is an option for you to go down there and have a look around. But again, it's very much the same. You're just going to be going around looking. There's lots of these areas that take you to a dead end that are just part of making this a much bigger experience. So it's part of the immersion. It's part of the perception. And you can run around and get quite lost in this place. But the only things you really need to know about are going through and heading over to the left side. And that will take you to Covalex and downstairs to the Crows. Or going through to the right hand side. And that's where you're going to use your armor and buy your weapons. Alright, so that is everything you need to know about Providence. Now we're going to continue and we're going to go to the Spaceport. All of the other platforms at this precise moment in time are not used in this transport network. So you don't need to worry about them. But you can see down there is where we started. We come up to here. And we've come over to here. So you kind of get an idea of the circle. And now we're into the spaceport. And the spaceport is kind of like a little spider's web.
Approaching next station. If this is your stop, please prepare to disembark.
Okay, so here we are at the spaceport. You can look around here if you want to, but the only thing we need to do is come to the elevators, which are on the left side. Very much similar to any of the other stations. 6 doors will take you up to the same place. We're going to go to the spaceport.
Crusader Industries shuttlecraft feature expanded vista opportunities with their signature crystal.
Once we're upstairs, quite a long elevator this one. You're going to come through here, and this is going to take you through security. Very much like before, there's a lot of different ways you can look, a lot of different doors. Can't go anywhere or do anything, so just follow it through. There is a place here where you can pay your fines if you need to. But we're going to run through. And this brings us to here. Now there's a rental section here. This is where you can rent if you need to.
Hi, welcome.
And then this brings us up to the hangars. Before we get to the hangars, you might just want to check this out. It's pretty cool. There's a place here where if you wanted to, you can get some drinks and food. There's also a really cute little display here. There's also a burger place here. You can get some more food. And you can kind of just run down here as well and have a look. Nothing really to do down here. But I'll just show you quickly so you can see. So this is the Chairman's Club. Now, I believe to get access to this, you need to either spend a certain amount of money in real life, or, you know, have access to something, maybe be an OG. I know there's places like this in the game. There's one at Area 18 as well. There's a Mile High Club. There's other places you can go to, but those are kind of restricted at the moment. There is more places here for food. There's an Elroy's on this side. And then we have a Whammers on the other side. places we can come and get food and drink. Coming through to here, you're going to have the terminals for fleet management.
All Orison has to offer. With so much to see and do,
Welcome
Crusader is
to the
journey
ASOP vehicle.
We're just going to take a vehicle. We'll take any vehicle.
Vehicle selected. Your vehicle has been
Okay, and then all of these doors will take you to the hangars. They're all the same. So we're going to go to hangar 6. So if you do come back in this way, remember you'll just go down and to the left. Docking ports and hangars. Make sure you go to the right place. Do not go to the docking port. Make sure you go to the hangar. Alright, now let's just take off and show you around. Something to note here when you do take off, you're not on the ground. Because this is a gas giant, you are already 80,000 meters in the air. What that means is that, and you can, by the way, if you do fly into the gas giant, you can still crash your ship. So just be aware of that. But we're going to do the same as what we always do. We're just going to take off. There are different landing options. There are some top-down. There are some front-facing. The only difficult thing when you land here is that you won't see the mark until you get close enough. And that can be a little bit of a challenge. But we're going to come out really badly. Sorry about that. And we're going to head up. So as you can see, already we're 80,000 meters. So we're just going to put some speed into this, stick the autopilot on and let it take us up. We should probably also close our door. Okay. So as we look around, you'll start to get an idea of this as we go up. This kind of spider's web here is the spaceport. Now the way that I tend to navigate this as I'm approaching, and we'll talk about more of this as we get higher, is you're going to be looking for these circles. Now you can kind of see there are 2 circles on the left side of the screen here, quite close to each other. And then in the middle, behind them, is a 3rd circle. Now, if you imagine the 2 circles you can just see to the left of my ship, and then in the middle of those, keep going back, there's another circle. I imagine that as like a catapult or a slingshot. And imagine that the back circle is being fired through the 2 middle circles towards the spaceport. That is one way that you can find this quite easily, because those 3 circles in that formation are quite easily identifiable as you get a lot higher. You can also look around and you'll see the main big platforms. You can kind of see the industrial platform. You can't really make out the accommodation from here. It's a bit difficult. But this is what it's going to look like as you come in. So I think we're at we're at a decent height now. So as we're starting to come in, as long as you're over 91,000 meters, which is the same. If you're on the ground, you'd have to climb to 11,000 meters to exit the atmosphere. This is no different. So from 80 to 91, it's different numbers, but it's the same 11,000 that you need to climb. Okay, so now we're up to a decent height. We're going to stop and we're going to turn around. And now I'm just going to move the camera so I can show you. Okay, so as you arrive, depending on which direction you arrive from, it's going to look something like this. And you might go, well, where do I land? Where am I going? And this is what I was just mentioning, that wherever you come from, whatever direction, if you align yourself to these circles, now there are a few other circles. There's one here, but it's kind of on its own. There's another one over here, but it's kind of on its own. So what you're looking for really are the 2 circles very close to each other. The 2 circles from the front of my ship, the nose of my ship, I'm pointing on them now. In the middle of them, if you go back from the middle of them, you'll see a 3rd circle. They make a triangle. Okay, so this triangle is what you're looking for. And imagine this being a slingshot that gets fired through the middle of these 2. It will take you directly to the spaceport, which is here. So that shows you where you need to go. Which means that if we were to come back down, we're looking for this kind of web where there's a central building or a central platform, and then the rest are connected just off of it. This is what we're aiming for. So as you start to head in this direction, the spaceport is where the nose of my ship is. Okay, so it's in the middle here. And again, if you're looking around and you're lost and not sure where to go, that is the best way that I can advise you to start your office. Look for these 2 circles. And then you just want to kind of look here. Okay? It kind of gives you a bit of orientation. So from wherever the 2 circles are, follow the one from the back, through the middle. And it's going to kind of point you towards here. Okay. If we're coming down, what you'll do is get close enough. Once you get close enough, you'll contact ARC. Once you do that, again, it will give you your blue arrow, but it doesn't give it to you straight away. So you do have to get quite close to be able to get this. So what I tend to do is aim towards this middle building here like this. You kind of want to be going down to about 85,000. 85,000 meters is kind of a good approach. And anywhere from here, you will be able to contact ARC.
Hello, and thank you for contacting EDL Land.
Now again, you're not going to see straight away where to land. Sometimes you might get lucky, it's just told me I'm landing here. But other times it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So just bear that in mind as you're on approach. And just treat it like anything else. There's not as much gravitational pull here, but it is still quite good. It does slow you down on approach, so you don't have to worry too much. But again, you want to just make sure that when you do come in, you take it easy, you look around, understand where you're going. Now in this instance, it's a top-down landing. It's not always like this. Depends on what platform you're landing on. But there's lots and lots of different bays here, so it really does depend on where they want to bring you in. But that's it. That's kind of all you need to do in this instance. This is one of the bigger hangars. I don't know why it's bringing me in here, but it is, so it's fine. We'll just land here instead. But that's it. That's everything you need to know about Crusader, about Port Orison, about Orison, sorry. Orison. I hope you enjoyed it. Please join me in some of the other videos where we'll go through other locations and help you orientate yourself inside Star Atlas.